What's up, guys? Today I will be teaching you how to do full PLL, all 21 algorithms, and I will be showing you finger tricks. I will be going through them very slowly. There will be notation and pictures on the screen, and I will put a timestamps in the description down below. In case you just want to skip to that one algorithm that you're struggling with, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go. Okay, but before we get into learning the 21 PLL algorithms, I do highly recommend that you know how to read notation. Notation looks a bit like that. If you do know how to read notation, then you can just skip to this time. But for now, let's teach notation. So R goes up on your right hand side, and R prime goes down on your right hand side. L goes down on your left hand side, while L prime goes up on your left hand side. R and L are opposites. U goes towards the left hand side, on the top layer, while U prime goes towards the right hand side on the top layer. D goes towards the right hand side on the bottom layer, while D prime goes towards the left hand side on the bottom layer. Then F goes towards the right hand side on the front layer, while F prime goes towards the left hand side on the front layer. B goes towards the left hand side on the back layer, while B prime goes towards the right hand side on the back layer. M goes down for the middle layer, while M prime goes up. Then there's obviously M2, which is the middle layer 2 times, U2, R2, L2, F2, B2, D2, and then there is X, where you're going to rotate down, and X prime, where you're going to rotate up. And now you know how to read notation. Let's start learning the 21 PLL algorithms. For the H-Perm, this is one of my favorite algorithms. We can see that these two edges swap and these two edges swap, and all of the corners are solved. And then it almost makes an opposite pattern going around. And the algorithm goes as follows: M2 U prime, M2 U2, M2 U prime, M2. As for finger tricks, I just like to do a right hand ring finger, middle finger, M2 flick, which is very fast. So M2 U prime with my left index, M2 U2 with a U2 flick, M2 U prime, M2. Now for the Z-Perm. So this is another algorithm where all the corners are solved. And now we see that these two edges swap and these two edges swap. So it's quite an easy algorithm to recognize. And the algorithm goes as follows: M prime, U prime, M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M2, U. And now for finger tricks. So I like to use my right ring finger for the M prime. So M prime, U prime with my left index finger, M2 flick, U prime, M2 flick, U prime, M prime, U2, M2, U. Okay, so now we have our first U perm. This is the UA perm. So to recognize, we see that again, all the corners are solved. And now we see that if we look at our right side, these two pieces are opposite, and all the pieces are swapping in a counterclockwise cycle. And there are two algorithms for this one. The first one that I personally use goes like this: M2 U M U2 M prime U M2. As for finger tricks, so I like to do it M2 flick U prime with my left index finger, M U2 M prime U again with my left index finger, M2. And now another alg for the U A prime, and again same alg, but this time it's an RU version. So the alg goes like this: R U prime R U R U R U prime R prime U prime R2. And then finger tricks. This does have a few regrips, but I found that's the best way to finger trick it. Thumb on the bottom, R U prime with left index, R push the U with your right index, R then again push the U with your right index, then R prime, and then R, then push the U prime with your left index, R prime, U prime with your left middle finger, and then just an R2. Okay, so now for the UB perm. So again, all the corners are solved. The one at the back, the edge at the back is solved. And now if we look at our left side, the two colors are opposite. And now we see that the edges cycle in a clockwise cycle. So then the algorithm I use for this is M2 U prime M U2 M prime U prime M2. And then as for finger tricks, I do M2 flick U prime with my left index, M with my right ring finger, U2 flick. Then we're going to use my right middle finger for the M prime. Then I'd either use my index or middle for the U prime, and then it's just another M2 flick. Okay, and now we have the other alg for UB perm. So again, you can see it's the exact same. And this time the algorithm goes R2 U R U R prime U prime R prime U prime R prime U R prime. And then finger tricks, I put my thumb on the bottom. And the sides have a few small regress, but I found this is the best way to finger trick it. So it's R2. Then I use my right index to push the U. R. Then again, the right index to push the U. R prime. Left index to push the U prime. R prime. Then again, the left index to push the U prime. But you could do the middle finger. R prime. Then you use your right index to push the U, and then R prime. Okay, so for the T perm, we have headlight that we're gonna hold on the left side, and then we almost have two bars, and then if we look on the left side, we'll see that these two colors are opposite. And then these two swap, and then these two swap. So this is called a T perm, and the algorithm goes as follows: R U R prime U prime R prime F R2 U prime R prime U prime R U R prime F prime. And as for finger tricks, I like to put my right thumb on the top right corner piece, because if you put it on the bottom, you have to do a bit of a regrip right here, which you want to try and avoid regrips. So you put it right here, and then it's R U R prime U prime R prime, and then for the F, I like to use my right index. R2 U prime, I do with my left index R prime, and then I either like to do a push with my right index finger, Or I like to do a U prime with my left middle finger, and then it's just R, U, R prime, and then I like to do a push move for the F. Okay, now it is time for the F perms. So for the F perm, what you'll see is there's just one big bar that you're going to hold on your left hand side, and there are no bars anywhere else. And the algorithm for F prime goes R prime, U prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U, R. As for finger tricks, I like to start with my thumb on top. R prime, U prime, F. I use F prime, and I use my right index finger. Then it's R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F with my right index finger. R2, U prime with my left index finger. R prime, U prime with my left middle finger. R, U, R prime, U, R. And what you'll also kind of notice is that it's a bit of a setup J-perm, if that makes it easier to learn. Okay, now it's time for the R perms. First off, we have the R A perm, and you'll notice we have headlight that we're going to hold on our left hand side. And then continuing with the front headlight, we have a bar, and there are no bars around the whole top. The algorithm for this goes R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R, D, R prime, U prime, R, D prime, R prime, U2, R prime. As for finger tricks, I like to hold my thumb on the bottom. So R, then I use my left index finger, U prime, R prime, U prime with my left middle finger, R, U with my right index finger, R, then I like to use my left ring finger to push the D, R prime, U prime, then it's R, and then I push back with my left ring finger, D prime, R prime, U2 flick, R prime, and then that's it. Okay, so now we have the RB pump, and then again we have the headlights, but this time we have, instead of the bar being on the front piece, we have it on the back piece, and we're going to hold headlights towards us, facing us. Now this time the algorithm goes R prime, U2, R, U2, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F prime, R2. As for finger tricks, I like to start with my thumb on top, and then it's R prime, U2 flick, R, U2 flick with the other hand. Now it's R, and I like to use either if my thumb and ends up here, or I like to use my index for the F. Then it's just R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, and then I push the F prime back with my right index finger, and then it's just an R2 to finish it off. Okay, so now we have the AA perm. So what the AA perm looks like is we have a square, a block in our front left side, and then we have a pair of headlights at the back. So, and the algorithm has a rotation at the beginning, so it's X, R, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. And then in terms of finger tricks, so I like to put my thumb on top, and then we do R, U with my right index finger, R prime, then D2 flick with your left hand, R, then I like to usually do like a push move for the U prime with my right index finger, R prime, D2 flick again with your left hand, and then an R to finish it off. Okay, so now we have the AB perm, and once again we have the block, we have the square in the front left, but this time instead of having headlights at the back, we have headlights on the right hand side. So this algorithm again is a rotation, so it's X prime, and then R2, U2, R, D, R prime, U2, R, D prime, R. And for finger tricks, so I like to put my thumb on the right side. So then I can do an easy R2, then U2, R. I push the D with my left ring finger, R from U2, R, and then I push back for the D prime with my left ring finger again, and then an R. Okay, and now we have the JA perm. So as you can see, we have a big bar on our left hand side, and then we see the bar continues to the first edge in front of us, and then around us there are two little bars. And the algorithm for this goes U prime, R prime, U, L prime, U2, R, U prime, R prime, U2, R, L. And as for finger tricks, so U prime, then I put my thumb on top, R prime, U prime, then I almost just pull the whole thing up for the L prime, U2, slight regrip, R, U prime, R prime, U2, and now to finish off, I usually do an L while pulling down the middle two, so it's almost like an L, L wide. Okay, now it's time for the infamous JB perm. So as you'll see, we'll have a big bar on our left hand side, but this time the continuing piece to the bar is at the back. You can see it matches, and not at the front. And then we have two little bars that carry on around it. The algorithm goes R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime. And as for finger tricks, so I like to put my thumb on the top right hand corner, and then it goes R, U, R prime, F prime, which I like to do a push F prime with my right index finger, R, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, then F with my right index finger, R2. Then for my first U prime, I like to do it with my left index finger, U prime, R prime, and then I finish it off with a U prime on my left middle finger. Okay, so now we have the first of the four G perms, the GA perm. And what you'll notice for all the G perms is there are headlights, and there is a bar in one of the four different spots. So for the GA perm, we have headlights that we're going to hold on our left hand side, and then we have the bar is right in front of us, there are no bars anywhere else. For this, the algorithm is R2, U, R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, R, U prime, R2, U prime, D, R prime, U, R, D prime. As for finger tricks, I like to start with my thumb on the bottom, R2, U, R, R2. Then I like to do the U with my right index finger, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime with my left index finger, R prime, U prime with my left middle finger, R2. Then I do the U prime and the D at the same time, R prime, U, R, D prime. Okay, now it's time for the GB perm. So as you'll see, we'll have headlights that we're going to hold on the left hand side. And then this time the bar is on your right side, but over here at the back. Okay, and then the algorithm for this one is R prime, U prime, R, U, D prime, R2, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, R, U prime, R2, and then D. As for finger tricks, I like to put my thumb on top, R prime, U prime, R prime, and then I push the U and the D at the same time. Then it's R2, U, R prime, U, which I push the U like that. R, U prime, R, U prime, and then it's just an R2. And then I usually use my thumb, or I would use my ring finger, and then I push the D. Okay, now we're on to the GC perm, and this time we have our headlights, and now we have the bar is next to the headlights, but now on the left hand side, not the right hand side. And the algorithm for this, you hold the headlights on your right hand side with the bar facing you, and then the algorithm goes R2, F2, R, U2, R, U2, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2. As for finger tricks, I put my thumb on the top to start, R2, F2 with my right index and middle finger. Then it's R, U2 flick with my left hand, R, then a U2 flick with my right hand. R prime, F with my right index finger, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F with my right index finger, and then an R2 to finish this off. Okay, now we're on to the last of the G perms, and this time again we have headlights that are going to be on our left hand side, and then this time the bar is on our right hand side closest to us. It's not these two, it's these two. The algorithm is R, U, R prime, U prime, D, R2, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U, R prime, U, R2, D prime. As for finger tricks, so it's just, I like to put my thumb in the bottom, then it's just R, U, R prime, U prime, but I like to push the U prime and the D at the same time. R2, U prime, I like to use my middle finger. R, U prime with my left hand index finger. R prime, U, R prime, and then I push the U with my right hand index finger, R2, and then it's just a D prime to finish it off. Okay, so now is the Y perm, and as you can see, there's a block on your right hand side, there's a block on your front, and then we see that these two corners swap and these two edges swap. Okay, so the algorithm goes like this: F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. And in terms of finger tricks, I like to start with my right index on top, so I can do that F. So it's F, and then we're in the position to do the R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, then I push with my left index finger, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. Okay, now it's time for the V perm, another very hated alg. And the V perm, what you'll notice, is like the A perms, there's a big block, there's a big bar that goes around, but this time there are no headlights anywhere, and these two edges swap, these two corners swap, and you do find a alg that has a rotation in it, that a lot of beginners tend to use, but I find that the rotationless alg, while it's harder to master, is way better in the long run. So the algorithm goes R2, D prime, R2, U, R2, U prime, D, R, D prime, R, D, R prime, U, R, U prime, R. As for finger tricks, I like to start with my thumb on top, on the bottom, and it's R2, D prime, I push with my left ring finger, R2, U, R2, and then I like to do the U prime and D at the same time. R, then again D prime push with left ring finger. R, D, D with my left ring finger. R prime, U, R, then U prime with your left index finger, and an R to finish it off. Okay, so now we have the EPUM, and if we look around, we see that there are no bars, and all the edges are solved, but even if they aren't solved, still no bars. And we are going to look for the front right hand corner piece that's facing us. We want it to match the we want it to match the right hand side edge piece. So you see that the reds match, but if we see the green and blue do not match, so we want to hold it here, and then the algorithm goes X prime, then it's R, U prime, R prime, D, R, U, R prime, D prime, R, U, R prime, D, R, U prime, R prime, D prime. As for finger tricks, so you'll see through the whole through the whole algorithm, we're doing a D, D prime, D, D prime. So I like to push it with my left ring finger, D, and then push back D prime. So it will be R, U prime, R prime, then it's a D, R, U, R prime, then push back D prime, R, U, R prime, D, R, U prime, R prime, and then push back D prime. Okay, so now we have the NA perm, which the N perms are very hated algorithms, but you'll see that they're not as bad as people say they are. So you have bars just going around the whole cube, and if you notice, they'll be on your right hand side. So the algorithm for this is R, U, R prime, U, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U2, R, U prime, R prime. Then as for finger tricks, so it's just, I like to start with my thumb on the front top corner piece, and then it's R, push with my right index finger, U, R prime, then I push again with my right index finger for the U, and then you'll see now it's kind of like a J perm, so I just slide my thumb up, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F again with your right index finger, R2, then I push with my left index finger, U prime, R prime, now a U to flick with your left hand, R, then I push the U prime, the U, with my right index finger, then it's an R prime. Okay, now it is time for the NB prime, which is probably my least favorite algorithm and the most hated algorithm. So what you'll see is like the NA perm, where they are just bars going all around. This time, instead of the bars being on the right, they're on the left. And then holding it from any angle, the algorithm is R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, U prime, F, R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R, U prime, R. As for finger tricks, I start with my thumb on the front, and then, my thumb on the top, and then it's R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime with my right index, U prime with my left middle finger, F with my right index, R, U, R prime, F with my right index, R prime, F prime with my right index, R, U prime with my left index finger, and then an R. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I really hope that helped you learn full PLL, all 21 algs, or just the few that you are struggling with. Make sure to subscribe, like, or even hit the post notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. And you can expect amazing content coming soon. Anyways,